There are whispers you've heard in the quiet, moments when a thought wasn't yours, yet it echoed through your mind with the intimacy of a lover's breath. Times you felt an ache or joy that didn't belong to your body, yet pulsed through your heart like a secret past between two souls. If you're here, hearing these words, then some part of you already knows. You are connected. Telepathically, spiritually, soul to soul. Because the bond you share with your twin flame was never just about earthly meetings or romantic timing. It was always about the space between your souls, a space so alive, so electrified with memory and destiny, that it hums with invisible threads of knowing. This connection, this telepathy, isn't about magic tricks or wishful thinking. It's about resonance. You don't need to force it. You don't even need to understand it. You simply need to feel it. And so, beloved, let me gently walk you through 5 signs that you're not imagining it. That you are, in fact, already connected. Mind to mind. Heart to heart. Flame to flame. Number 1. You feel their emotions as if they were your own. There is a sacred intimacy that exists between twin flames, a bond that goes far beyond the spoken word or physical touch. It lives in the quietest corners of your being, in the subtle shifts of your heart, in the sensations that rise without warning or reason. When you feel a heaviness settle in your chest, or a wave of unexplained sadness brings tears to your eyes, it's not always your own energy you're processing. Often, it's theirs. This is one of the purest, most immediate signs of a telepathic connection between you and your twin flame. Unlike ordinary empathy, which allows you to sense another's mood in proximity or through cues, this connection transcends time and space. It exists regardless of distance, contact, or even conscious awareness. Their sorrow, their longing, their moments of joy or fear can ripple through your field like silent currents, and your soul, so attuned, so sensitively wired to theirs, receives it all without effort. Not to burden you, but to draw your awareness toward the unity you share. At first, this can feel disorienting. You may find yourself questioning why your emotional state doesn't match your outer reality. Why you suddenly feel tired, anxious, heartful, or deeply moved without any obvious trigger. But in time, you begin to recognize the patterns. You begin to discern what is yours and what is theirs, not to separate, but to better support. Because even when you don't fully understand what they're going through, your energy responds. Your heart reaches out. You hold space for them in ways neither of you may consciously notice, but both of you deeply feel. This is the grace of divine connection. You become their sanctuary, just as they become yours. You love them not by doing, but by being, by allowing their feelings to pass through you with compassion, without judgment, and without fear. And in those quiet exchanges, healing begins. For both of you. Sometimes, without a single word, you'll sense the shift. You'll feel a lifting. A lightness that returns. Because your soul, just by being present, helped them carry something heavy. And though they may never know what changed, some part of them will feel it, a warmth, a comfort, an unspoken, "I've got you," sent across the invisible thread of your bond. That is the power of shared emotion between twin flames. It is not a burden. It is a blessing. A quiet form of communion that transcends explanation. A daily miracle you live without even trying. Number 2. You receive sudden, unexplained thoughts or images of them. There's something hauntingly beautiful about the way their presence arrives, uninvited, yet always welcome. One moment, you're lost in the rhythm of everyday life, folding a towel, scrolling through emails, watching the rain against your window. And then, without warning, they appear. A flash of their smile. The sound of their laugh. A fleeting mental image so vivid and tender that it startles you. It doesn't feel like remembering. It feels like receiving. This is not your imagination playing tricks on you. It is the subtle language of soul connection. Your twin flame's energy is reaching out, not always consciously, but with a frequency so attuned to your spirit that your mind naturally opens to it. These moments of spontaneous imagery or thoughts are often quiet transmissions, small heart messages from one soul to another, bypassing logic, distance, and reason. You might suddenly know what they're doing, sense the exact emotion they're sitting with, or recall a memory you haven't visited in years, only to later realize it's something they were reflecting on at that same moment. These are not coincidences. This is resonance. It's as if the veil between you thins for a breath, allowing your consciousness to step into theirs, just long enough to remind you, we are still connected. We are always here. And though these telepathic flashes may come without explanation, they often carry meaning. A word or symbol that repeats, a sudden wave of desire or longing, an inner nudge to reach out or hold back. These moments aren't random, they are guidance. Your higher selves are in constant communication, especially during times of growth, healing, or transition. So the next time it happens, when their presence stirs through your spirit like a gentle wind, don't dismiss it. Slow down. Breathe. Feel into it. Ask your heart what it wants you to know. You might not get immediate answers, but the act of listening itself deepens the connection. It creates sacred space for even more clarity, more signs, more communion. And often, when you least expect it, your earthly world reflects what your soul already knows. A message arrives. A song plays. A dream confirms. Because what your soul hears in stillness, life eventually speaks aloud. Number 3. You hear their voice in your mind, clear and unexpected. There is something unmistakably intimate about hearing their voice, not through a phone, not in a dream, but within the quiet folds of your own mind. It doesn't happen loudly, and it's rarely theatrical. It comes softly, almost like a breath against your spirit. A phrase. A laugh. A familiar cadence that lands so clearly, so unmistakably as theirs, that it stills you. Often, it shows up when you need them the most, when your heart is unraveling, when doubt tries to settle in, or when you're standing at a crossroads unsure which way to turn. It may be a gentle reassurance, "You've got this." Or something they always used to say, echoing back to you in their exact tone and inflection. Sometimes it arrives as wit, playful sarcasm, or a protective warning. Whatever the form, it's them, not in fantasy, but in frequency. Their soul reaching out to yours across the invisible bridge that has always existed between you. This experience is far more common among twin flames than many are willing to admit. In moments of deep connection or heightened energy, such as during full moons, retrogrades, or collective awakenings, this inner dialogue can become even more pronounced. You might find yourself smiling in a quiet room, replying out loud before realizing no one else is there. And yet, in the sanctuary of your soul, someone is. This isn't delusion. This is divine intimacy. The voice you hear is not some invented echo. It's a remembered essence. Their higher self is near, always attuned to your inner state, always aware of the moments when a loving word or guiding nudge might make the difference. In the energetic realm, there is no separation. Their consciousness is both sovereign and intertwined with yours, and it speaks when the moment is ripe. Over time, as you deepen your spiritual alignment and emotional openness, these telepathic communications may become clearer, more distinct. They're not always instructional. Sometimes they're simply loving acknowledgments. Little signs that say, I see you. I feel you. I'm with you. When it happens, pause. Place your hand on your heart. Receive it as the gift it is. You are not conjuring a memory. You are tuning into presence. To a voice that still loves you across dimensions. To a soul that never stopped speaking to yours. Number 4. You dream of them, and the dreams feel more real than waking life. There is a kind of dream that doesn't fade with the morning light. It clings to your skin, your heart, your breath. You wake up with sensations still alive in your body, the echo of a kiss, the warmth of an embrace, the lingering ache of parting. These dreams aren't just dreams. They are soul encounters. Sacred visitations from your twin flame in the quiet hours when the world sleeps, but your spirit awakens. In the astral realm, you and your twin flame are not bound by physical limitations. There are no time zones, no locked doors, no missed phone calls. Only pure connection, raw, emotional, unfiltered. That's why these dreams feel so visceral, so charged. They are not projections of your longing or imagination. They are meetings. Your souls know how to find each other in that liminal space. And they do, again and again, especially when your hearts are yearning or when your earthly paths feel too distant to cross. For many, the twin flame journey begins long before any physical encounter. You might have dreamed of their eyes, their energy, or even shared conversations with a mysterious, deeply familiar presence, without ever having met them in this lifetime. And yet, when you do meet them later in the waking world, the recognition hits like thunder. I've seen you before. I've felt you before. I've known you forever. These dreams often come with emotional depth, joy, longing, grief, reunion. And within them, there may be subtle messages encoded in the setting, the dialogue, even the emotions you both express. It is the soul's way of communicating beyond the reach of ego, beyond the filters of doubt. You may witness your twin flame healing, struggling, or offering you encouragement. You may even receive answers to questions you haven't yet asked aloud. And the most remarkable part, they likely dream of you too. You are meeting in the space where souls speak the clearest. And though you may wake up back in your own bed, with your own life waiting, something inside you knows, you weren't alone. You were with them. Fully, freely, truthfully. Cherish these dreams. Write them down. Meditate on them. They are not mere stories your mind creates. They are sacred proof that your souls are still journeying toward one another, even when the world tells you to forget. Number 5. You just know things about them without being told. There's a kind of knowing that doesn't speak loudly. It doesn't come with flashing signs or concrete evidence. It arrives softly, like a breeze that changes direction just before the storm. You don't know how you know. You just do. And when it comes to your twin flame, this knowing can feel like a constant undercurrent in your life, subtle, yet powerful. Perhaps you've had moments where your heart drops suddenly, inexplicably, and later you discovered they were going through something painful. Or maybe you felt an intense wave of joy, only to find out they were experiencing a breakthrough or a moment of peace. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it's as gentle as knowing they're thinking about you, or sensing that they're about to reach out, and then they do. This intuitive awareness doesn't come from analysis or deduction. It's not logic at work. It's soul memory. Your soul remembers them, remembers the lifetimes, the promises, the ache of separation and the joy of reunion. That ancient recognition allows you to feel into their energy even when no words are exchanged. And for those who carry the divine feminine essence, this sensitivity often runs even deeper. She doesn't wait for proof. She feels the shift in the field. She knows without needing to explain. This is the quiet brilliance of twin flame telepathy. It doesn't always show up as voices or dreams or dramatic signs. Sometimes, it's simply presence. A felt truth. An unshakable inner whisper that says, they're thinking of me right now, or they're hurting, or they're awakening. You don't chase the answer. You just receive it, like a message already etched into your heart. And if you've ever questioned this knowing, wondered if it was all in your head, look back. How many times has your instinct turned out to be right? How many moments have you felt the truth before the confirmation came? This, beloved, is your sacred radar. This is your soul doing what it was born to do, connect. So trust it. Lean into it. You may not always understand the mechanics of it, but your spirit does. It has been listening, feeling, sensing since the moment your souls split and began their journey back to each other. And now, here you are, remembering. Not learning, but remembering what was always true. You carry them. And they carry you. If your heart is swelling with recognition right now, know this, your connection is real. You are not making this up. You are not clinging to illusion. You are not imagining the signs. You are simply awakening to what has always been, to what cannot be broken, to what defies distance and time and logic. Telepathy is not a gift for the few. It's the language of the soul. And you, beloved, are fluent in it, because love taught you how. And in this sacred bond you share with your twin flame, remember, you are not waiting to connect. You are already connected. You are not alone. You are already received. Every thought, every feeling, every whisper in the night is heard, is held, is holy. So soften into this truth. Trust what your soul knows. And when the mind doubts, as it sometimes will, return to the silence, the breath, the quiet echo of their name in your heart. Because they're there. They always have been. And they always will be.